Claire brushed the sand off the soil-stained crate. Faint marks, possibly letters, appeared, but she could not make them out. She photographed them. "You've always lived nearby, in Seapoint," Claire said, turning to Solly. "Do you remember what this part of Greenpoint used to be like?" "Warehouses, ship's chandlers, things like that. Before they moved to Pardon Island. Some of the art galleries off Somerset Road may have used this area for storage. But at the end of the 90s, things got too pricey, and most moved out to Woodstock." Claire finished photographing the makeshift coffin. She stepped aside so that the mortuary attendants could remove it. They lifted it onto a gurney, strapping it down securely. "I'm on my way," said Solly Friedman. "I'll see you at 12:30. It's the only autopsy slot I have until next week." "I'll be there." Claire did not look up. She was making notes at the place where the crate had been buried. It was a good few feet away from where the older skeletons were found, and higher up, only 3, maybe 4 feet below the ground. 2 walls and some trusses were all that remained of the warehouse. The remnants of the concrete slab that had entombed the body lay to one side. "When was this built?" asked Claire. "Not so long ago. The 80s, I'd guess. It was easy to push things through planning then." "Doesn't look like much has changed since then," said Claire. "They knew there were bones here when they built the first time round," she said. "Look at these foundations." Cores of concrete and aggregate that had anchored the bulldozed buildings lay adrift in the sand. There were pieces of broken bone, shards of skull, more stained femurs. Whoever built this just drilled through it all and concreted over. "Yeah, and they were about to do it again," said Ridvan. He had his eyes on the black Hummer, nudging through the gawking crowd. It came to a stop with its snub nose against the gate. The constables on guard were forced to step back. The driver was checking himself in the mirror. A Breitling watch flashed from his linen cuffs as he smoothed his clipped hair. He put on his sunglasses, opened the door. "Do you know who it is?" asked Claire. "Waleed Williams," said Ridvan. "Nickname used to be Haunt." "Dog?" "There's the pit bull," said Ridvan. A dog jumped out of the car. Studded collar, 50 kilos of muscle, a flimsy muzzle. Williams raised a hand, and the animal was at his heel. "I've heard he prefers to be called Mr. Williams now." "Do you two have a history?" asked Claire. "He used to run Woodstock. Tuck, abalone, girls, guns, protection for brothels, later for politicians. Then he went to Joburg. I haven't seen him for a while," said Ridvan. "He was slapped with 25 years for murder at the Cape High Court last time I saw him. I gave evidence against him. I watched him go down the steps into the holding cell. The mothers of the 2 girls he'd dismembered watched him too." "So what happened?" "The witness whose testimony was key to Haunt's conviction retracted his statement." Ridvan adjusted his pistol. "Said I put him under duress, forced him to make the statement. Then Haunt claimed that the gang unit tortured him." "And did you?" "That's not what I'd have called it," said Ridvan. "He's got expensive lawyers. The charges didn't stick. Next thing, he went to Joburg." Williams was speaking to the officers at the gate. They stepped back, and Williams picked his way over the rough ground towards them. "Faisal." "Want," said Ridvan. "Mr. Williams to you, Captain." Hands in his pockets. "The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides." "Ezekiel 25:17, said Ridvan. "Don't give me that Morgan Freeman cuck again. Watch another movie, Scarface or Deliverance or The Lion King, anything but Pulp Fiction." Ridvan turned to face Claire. "This is Dr. Claire Hart." Haunt nodded at Claire. "What's happening?" Williams asked, keeping his attention on Ridvan.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.